Okay, now that we have our list created, we're going to want to add some new contacts into our list so that we can email them. This is done in a couple of different ways. I'm going to demonstrate them both today. To start with, we're going to find our list. So if we go up to the list menu, we'll get the lists that we have currently set up in MailChimp. And here in our account, we have the newsletter list that we created earlier. We're going to click on that list. So MailChimp tells us that we have no contacts. What we're going to do is we're going to add some contacts. Over here it says add contacts. There's a little arrow to the right of it. Click on that. Choose the first option, which is add a subscriber. This is the simplest way to add somebody to your list. It means that you manually enter their information into MailChimp and add them to the list. This is quick and easy option for you, but it's also tedious if you have lots of subscribers. So we're going to look at how we can add subscribers en masse in the next part of the tutorial. But for right now, let's go with the simple option. MailChimp provides us with a series of fields that we need to fill out in order to add the contact. Some of them are mandatory. For example, here we have the need to enter an email address. Obviously, we can't email anybody out of MailChimp without their email address. So you have to provide an email address. I'm going to enter a dummy email address here for my dummy recipient. Then I'm going to add a first and last name. So here we have our John Doe. We can add an address for the recipient. Sometimes you will want to have the address of the recipient in MailChimp so that you could send to people in a particular city, a particular state, at a particular zip code. So the more information you have on a recipient that you can put into MailChimp, the better. So we're going to put a fake address in here. And it's also asking us for a phone number. So we're going to put in a phone number. Tags can also be added here. We haven't looked at tags. We'll be looking at in a later tutorial. But tags are a useful way of labeling and then segmenting your contacts. So if you have tags that you want to use, those will be added here simply by clicking the tag button and then creating your tag. That will then tag that contact when they're added into MailChimp. Then there's two checkboxes that we have to look at. The first one is we have to confirm to MailChimp that the recipient has given their permission for us to email them. We don't want to be spamming our contacts. That's bad form. And it also goes against the Can Spam Act. So MailChimp wants us to acknowledge that every person that we're entering into the list has given their permission for them to be there. So we're going to check the box. This person gave me permission to email them. The second box is saying that if the person is already in our list, do we want to update their profile? So for example, let's say the information that we're entering here has a different phone number to their existing MailChimp profile. Do we want that new phone number to override the existing phone number in their profile? If we do, we want to check this box to say that if the person is already on the list, update their profile. Then we're just going to click subscribe. Okay, so this subscriber was added to our list. If we want to look at that person, we can just click Manage Contacts, View Contacts, and that recipient will now be in our list. And there they are. This number one next to newsletter, next to your list name, denotes how many subscribers you have in your list. So you can see that very easily by just looking at the list name. So the next tutorial, we'll be looking at how we import subscribers en masse into our account, which allows us to add hundreds or thousands of contacts all at the same time.